What's up? What's going on, man? It's Bezo803 on that social media. Got my co-host with me right now.
Hey, Mikey the Hustler, man, back in the building.
Back in the building once again. Big Motion Podcast. Exclusive interview. We got the legendary Southern Soul artist King Malach in the building.
Oh yeah. Looking like $100 million, boy.
I appreciate you, fam.
How you doing, my brother?
I'm excellent, man. All praise to the Most High. We in the building.
Love, man. Thanks for coming on the show.
A while.
Hey, man, you here right now. You look like you never left, brother.
Oh, man, it's a blessing.
Hey, man.
Yeah.
God is good. It's all love.
Definitely good.
So,
out here eating good, working out.
Yeah.
Staying in tune. You know, I actually live in New York now.
Okay, NYC.
I'm in Brooklyn, but I'm back home. One of my partners, Crazy Old Bill, he was like, man, that new project you got, he's like, I don't know what you doing in New York. You need to get your ass home. I came home, and I promise you, within 4 hours, I had 2 songs on the radio. Ooh. So it's just like it's been moving. Moving,
Big shout, Crazy Old Billa.
What up, Old Billa?
Orangeburg legend.
Yeah.
Had that joint How to Rob. I had to plug that real quick. I'm familiar with Old Billa.
How to Rob Atlanta.
Yeah, How to Rob Atlanta.
Yeah.
They had them boys going crazy, but man, back to you. New York, man. What's the music scene up there, man?
Well, I mean, you know,
in your lane.
I mean, I want to be one of the people to strive to help break it up there. Yeah. But it made more sense to come down here with a fish biting.
Yeah, right.
So it's like, it's the fish biting down here.
Southern Soul, man, is what it's about. Yeah. So I'm glad you came on back. Southern Soul's going crazy right now. How you feel about this new? Because, you know, if you're in the South, we always knew about Southern Soul.
Right.
You go to the cookout, you go to the family function. Mm-hmm. We already know Johnny Taylor, Marvin Cease, that old school Southern Soul.
Right.
We already was hip to it, but now the world's getting hip to the Tuckers and the King Georges and you know the K Malach, all this new energy. How you feel about that new energy, man, with the Southern Soul?
I feel great about it. I really love what's going on with King George because he's from 803 like me.
Yeah.
And it's like, I look at it like football.
Yeah.
Like right now, King George ran through and bust a hole. So it's like everybody who on point with their game right now, run through that hole. You know what I mean? So it's like he makes my job easy, much easier. So salute to King George. Keep doing what you're doing, bro.
Big
you know
shout.
what I'm saying?
Big shout.
It's definitely helping the situation.
Man, trust me, man.
Yeah.
One thing I love about Southern Soul, you know, music, 'cause you know South Carolina, we've been trying to get on for the longest. Mostly with rap. You know, we had a few people, you know, from the town that did some things like Hootie and the Blowfish and Angie Stone. But as far as the rap, we wasn't able to get through there. Even King George was rapping at one point. Then he switched to the Southern Soul. The thing about Southern Soul, anybody will give it a chance.
Definitely.
Anybody will give it a shot. Young people, old people, white people, people that's hip-hop influence, whatever. Everybody gonna give it a shot, man. Was you privy to that information when you jumped into it?
I'm gonna tell you something. I'm a real hip hop head, right?
You
know, I came from dancing and hip hop behind rappers.
I gotta ask you that then. Okay.
I'm really from the culture.
Yeah.
And it's like being that hip hop turned so deadly.
Yeah.
What happened is it's left a lane open because now in hip hop you don't know if you're gonna make it home from the show.
Yeah.
You don't know if you're gonna die at the show. You don't know if you're gonna come out with your first album, die on your first album.
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about? You know what I mean? So it's like with Southern Soul, it's like Southern Soul is almost like the American equivalent to like Afrobeats. Right? So Afrobeats is winning because it's talking about dancing, making women feel good a certain kind of way. What's Southern Soul doing?
Exactly.
Making people dance, talking to the females, you know what I'm saying? You ain't worried about nobody talking about killing nobody and all of that. So it's like you can go be mature, grown, have fun, and you know you're going to come on home.
Yeah.
You feel me?
You put that together perfectly, man. Perfect.
Much respect.
Perfect.
Thought about that one.
Yeah, man, and that's why I love it, man. It's universal. Right. It's truly universal, man. Much respect to all the things you're doing, man. The Southern Soul Project. Let's talk about it, man. Southern Soul Project.
Man, one of the biggest producers in Southern Soul, dude named D4, did like 4 songs on my project. So people like
big shout out D4.
It's a dude out right now who has a song called how does the song go again? I think his name FPK or FP.
I know you're talking about.
Oh, I think Pour Up Some More.
Yeah.
The dude who did Pour Up Some More did 4 of my songs.
Okay, that joint going crazy too.
So D Ford is big.
Yeah. Make talking to the mic.
D Ford is big right there. And it's a blessing that he's been working. He's worked on my project. I got another brother. I know you ever heard of a crew in hip hop called Griselda?
Yeah, man. Come on, man.
All right, so in Griselda, right? So I knew about
Buffalo.
Right. Listen. So I knew Conway. I knew him before he even got shot in his face. Like I've been knowing Conway forever.
Yeah.
And I know him through my man Chef Dredd.
Okay.
And Chef Dredd did the only other track on my Southern Soul project.
Wow.
Yeah. So I got songs. I had a song where I was in Buffalo. And got Conway in the video with me. All that. Matter of fact, when the Meek Mills and Drake beef jumped off, me and Conway was in the car together.
Okay.
He was like, yo, you know what I'm saying? How he gonna let a R&B soft nigga, you know what I'm saying? Get him, woo, woo. Yeah. So shout out to Conway. Shout out to Westside Gun. Shout out to the whole Griselda. You know, Benny. All of them, Benny, all of them. You know, like I was there before it happened. Yeah. So, you know, I'm just proud of that movement. Matter of fact, Griselda inspired me because they showed me that they could make music that wasn't necessarily played on the radio. It's not even played in the club. And I'm talking about it's murals of them all over the planet.
That's fact.
So it's like they found what I would call, if this is a highway, they found a service lane. And that's how I look at Southern Soul. That's how I look at Southern Soul. So I'm coming to Southern Soul with a rap approach to my marketing. So, you know, the same thing I was doing in the streets, you know, with all the posters, the flyers, the whole nine, I'm on it. I'm like that. So like, I'm not lazy. I'm not just making a project, throw it up online, hope it stick. Nah, I'm in that grill. I'm singing in everybody's face. I'm pulling up in your front yard. I'm pulling up in your backyard. I'm in Bojangles singing. I'm at the gas station singing. I'm at Walmart with it. I'm going crazy. This is going to happen.
I love it. I love it, man. I love it.
And
man.
that ain't being arrogant.
I'm
gonna work. I'm gonna work.
You supposed to talk that
put
talk,
that work
man.
in.
You supposed to talk that talk, man. That's how you gonna make it happen, man. A lot of, you know, we see a lot of artists making great music, but then they forget about the work part.
That's right.
And when you doing music, it's not like I'm gonna go build a house and get a tenant. You might do this thing for 5 years and nothing come back.
Come on now.
So the only thing that's gonna drive you is what's inside of you.
Come on.
So we love it, man. Pop that, you know, talk that talk like that. So we got to take it back, though, because you're doing great things. You're looking good, my brother. The project is going crazy.
Thank you.
But for the people that may not be familiar with you, let's take it all the way back, dial it back to see who you are, where you came from. So where you originally from, man?
I'm originally from Orangeburg, South Carolina. Okay. Yeah,
Orangeburg.
I'm considered a pioneer, not only in Orangeburg, but in South Carolina music, period.
Yeah.
My crew was probably the first crew, Finesse, to be on national television. Rel from Rockefeller came from my group.
Yeah. Big shout, Rel. He's still doing his thing.
Rel. Yeah, he's doing his thing. Salute the Rel. And he had Jay-Z on his first single when he came out. But what happened was one of my partners plugged me in with Darren Chandler in the Bronx at Top 10 Productions. And Darren and Jay and Dame Dash cousin had a business together called Top 10 Productions. Right. So I heard Jay-Z Reasonable Doubt before it even came out. So what happened was I'm in the office
exclusive
with them.
Right now.
Yeah, so I'm in the office with them, and my partner, God bless the dead, my partner, best friend Trav, who passed about 2 years ago, he was in my group. Right? He said, yo, I think we found our fifth member. So I went back down south. It was Rel. And I went to Bowman. Rel stayed literally across the street from a cow pasture. And I literally begged his mama for him to leave. She didn't want to let him go. She didn't want to let him go.
Wow.
I'm like, yo, let this man go.
Yeah.
She let him go. He came up north with us. Yeah. Rest is history.
Man, big shout, Rel, man. He just put a record out a few months ago. I seen on his gram. So he's still working, man. Still doing his thing.
As a matter of fact, when it comes to Rel is probably arguably in the lead of having the most features with A-list artists in South Carolina history. I'm talking about 50 Cent. I'm talking about Jim Jones, Dr. Dre, everybody. He wrote a lot of joints Jamie Foxx. So I'm glad to say I had a hand in that. You know what I mean? All praise due to the Most
High. We got to big that up.
That's history.
Yeah.
Exclusive right there, man.
Yeah.
So how was it coming up in Orangeburg, man?
Oh, Orangeburg was very competitive.
Yeah.
I'm glad I came up in Orangeburg.
Yeah.
Orangeburg had a lot of superstars in a very small, compact area, and that's what made it tough, rough,
Yeah.
and you had to do a lot to shine there.
Yeah.
And so, you know, I've always been a star since a child. I was always dancing, playing saxophone, singing in the choir, in the street. It's not too much of nothing I didn't do.
Yeah.
I did gymnastics. I was one of the most known dudes for flipping. I remember one time I flipped my whole high school field from goalpost to goalpost. Yeah. So, you know, and when it comes to Orangeburg, I'm one of those people who really helps push the ball with a few things. Style.
Yeah, the drip.
All of that, the drip. For sure. One of the first people with dreads, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. For
legendary real. Orangeburg, man.
Orangeburg, what's up? Salute,
Claflin,
Berg.
State homecoming, legendary weekends down there, man.
Yes.
How was it coming up down there with, you know, two of the biggest, you know, in our area, HBCUs and all the parties and stuff like that, man?
Check it out.
How did that relate to, you know, the I guess the locals or whatever?
Well, I'm a local, but I was never a local because I was actually raised on South Carolina State University. My mother worked there for 35, 40 years, right? And so I went to preschool there at Felton Laboratory.
Yeah.
I went to I went all the way up to about 2nd, 3rd grade. Then I went to Revlon. But I've always you know, was just at the summer camps. I learned how to swim in SHM. I'm talking about South Carolina State is a big part of my being.
Yeah.
Talent shows.
Big shot to Bulldogs.
All of that. Big up to the Bulldogs. You know, the marching band, the whole culture. So it was like I was one of those kids that was just always up there trying to be grown, hollering at the girl, the whole night, eating in the cab. I had a dorm room, and I never went to school there.
Wow.
It's people for real. It's people who went to state college. Like say, I'm like, yo, I never went there. They'd be like, he lying. He used to be in this dorm. He used to eat, and he used to be in Washington eating every day. But see, that's because my mom working there. I had the perks. So, you know, Miss Hattie or Miss so-and-so was looking out for me. Come on, baby, you can come on through the line. All of that. 'Cause my mom was really known.
That's love, man. So what was your first introduction to music, man? Not you doing music, but you know, you turn the radio on, maybe Mom Deuce was playing a certain record. What was your first introduction to music?
You know what? That's been so long ago. I don't know my exact first introduction to the first records, but I know when I was a child, the records that I loved in the R&B world, I was into Michael Jackson, Thriller album, Paul McCartney. I was into Prince. I was into Culture Club, Boy George, Cyndi Lauper, all of that. I was into the beginning genesis of hip hop. You know, not necessarily like Grandmaster Flash and them, but I was more like into Run DMC, LL, you know what I'm saying, Public Enemy, Kane was my favorite.
Okay.
Rakim, yeah. I was probably the first person in Orangeburg, South Carolina with Slick Rick first album. Period. I brought it back from Stamford, Connecticut. Lottie Dottie, I brought that. Let's go.
Man. Big shout hip hop. 50 years of hip hop right now. Big shout hip hop.
Matter of fact, being that you shouting out the 50 years of hip hop, I was just in the Bronx on stage with KRS-One at the 50th year anniversary in the Bronx.
Love.
In the Bronx,
the teacher,
the home of hip hop. Closed the show. I was on stage with.
How was that, man?
Super blessing. But I'm gonna tell you, it was like lemonade, right? It was a bittersweet situation because I had a chance to see the pioneers and the genesis of hip hop. But the sad part is me knowing how far it fell. From it talking about partying, and the hardest you would be talking about is nobody can mess with me on the mic. I'm the hardest MC. Till now we dying. So it was bittersweet. You know what I mean?
Man. We got a lot of work to do. We got a lot of work to do, man. It's definitely transferring to a lot of different things from the drill. I know you probably even see the drill that made up New York now.
Right, of course.
So even the young boys up there drilling, and you know that's a whole nother conversation. But you know, talk about when you started to make music. Like, what was your first? Was you writing first? Was you singing in the hallway? What was your first?
My first music experience was at South Carolina State College when I was going to Felton. I had a record. They used to give us, it was more music programs growing up back then, right? So all the kids in school, we had a recordion. A recordion is like an instrument that, it's like a cheap version of a flute. So I went from the accordion at first, and then taking it serious. 5th grade, I had a tenor saxophone, an alto saxophone. And so I went to Columbia to solo ensemble at USC and all that, won superior medals, going in there where you have to sight read music, you have to stand in front of judges, and they'll put a piece of sheet music in front of you with some other students you don't know, and y'all have to play it as best you can. Never seen it before.
Wow.
So I did all of that. I really come from music theory. I'm not just some dude, I saw Jay-Z or I saw so-and-so and I wanted to do music. No, this in my blood. My mother was the leader of the church choir. You know, me and my brother was really almost the whole tenor section. You know what I'm saying?
Big shout, bro.
Yeah, big shout to my little brother. And, you know, salute to my mom, legendary South Carolina vocalist, Mary Boyd. You know what I'm saying?
Definitely, man. So when did you hone into your style of music? When did you actually go and say, hey, I'm about to go record, man. I'm about to go to the studio.
The first time I recorded was accident. And I got kicked out of my mom's house at 14. And so the pioneering rap group who was on the radio at the time in Orangeburg, South Carolina, was a crew called Southside. So I was like the little kid that was kicking it with them.
Okay.
And I was on some dancing in the background, some hip hop vibe. And so what happened was the dude who's the leader of the group named Vic, right? His mom let me come stay with them in their attic, and he had a Tascam 40, what was it, 888, something like that. It's been so long ago, but you used to have a little mini tape deck you put in it, and it was an 8-track, right? So what happened was we messing around in his basement. in his attic. He going through records, and so I make a song called No Place Like Home. And this was my first time putting my voice on track, and it was rap. And so what happened was my boy Groove, he was like, yo, you got a dope voice. I just thought I was all right. But he was like, yo, you got a dope voice. He's the first person on earth to tell me I had a good voice. And so
big shout out to him.
Yeah, big shout out to Groove. I don't never forget my people.
You know what I'm saying? I love it, man.
I'm not one of those, I'm self-made.
So timestamps, man. I love it.
Yeah, so, that was my first time at 14 ever recording. And so what happened was when me and my group went up north, we had the same management as SWV, the singing group, right? And so what happened was I had a girlfriend from down here. She snuck to come see me in New York. And some girls who was from New York, she from Spartanburg, right? And so they kind of used her as a ride to get up there and ditched her, right? So what happened was I had to take her home. So our manager at the time, she was a control freak, so I ain't say nothing to her about it. I ain't asked for no permission or nothing. Just let you know how young we were. I'm like 16, 17, right? So I just took her home so she wouldn't let me come back to the group that I really was the leader of, right? So what happened was I came home, and on that same 8-track recorder I was telling you about, me and my boy T Apollo was in the studio, and that's when I started learning how, because I wasn't even the leader of my singing group as far as the vocalist. I was the leading spirit, the driving force behind the group. We doing this, we doing that. But my man Travin was leading. So at this time when I got kicked out of the group, I'm sitting here like, damn, what I'm gonna do, boom, boom, boom. My mom was like, you can do it, baby. And then my cousin who used to manage the group, who started managing Calvin Richardson, the soul singer,
big shout,
the prince of Southern Soul or whatever, he was like, yo, you can do it, cuz you got this. So that's when I started singing my own backgrounds in the studio, because I didn't have the group. So this is the genesis of me like really putting a demo together. Now check this out. Demo was whack.
Well, I applaud you for saying
it was whack. It was garbage, right? But because this just me learning how to sing my own backgrounds, right? But that was the demo that I took to the Bronx that I got on with Dame Dash's first cousin, and that's how Drell got through that door.
That's crazy. Legendary story, man. That's crazy. So take us through the journey after that, man. After that whole season right there. What was going on? You put out any projects, any singles?
Well, my first actual project I put out in 2000, and it was called South Carolina's Finest. A few songs on there, and I was pushing that real hard. And this was after, one of my partners from my old group got locked up. And we had a deal with Steven Spielberg, DreamWorks Records, and Eric Sermon from EPMD. That's how we actually got moved back to the South. So 2 of us had kids, the rest didn't. And so we drew straws to see if we was going to stay in New York or to see if we was going to come home. Atlanta won. So we went to Atlanta because the music business was there and it was close to South Carolina. Right. After that whole thing did what it did, it went down. My group, we really was our own self-destruction, right? So after that, I became solo in 2000, started recording stuff on my own, and then a couple years down the road, I got with 848 Entertainment, and this is the genesis of Future. So Future and me used to be on the road together. We did all the state of Florida, just me and Future in the van, and Hurricane from Big Cat Records, the home of Gucci Mane's first. Yeah. Right. All of us, and just me, Future, and Hurricane in the van. So, at that time, me and Future met T-Pain together at Club Moon, at TJ DJs in Tallahassee. For sure. B.O.B.
Yeah, definitely.
All of that, same time. So it was like, that was my journey. Then Future took off. And, I'd like to say that I helped influence that style. Most definitely, because I was one of the first rappers in Atlanta really using the melody and rapping. You see what I'm saying? So I was one of those people. I'm one of those people who really can sing, can give you the melodic rap in the middle, and straight can give you the bar.
Right.
You feel me? That's how I was around Conway and all these people, because I'm interchangeable. I'm around all these different vibes. You feel what I'm saying? Learning, picking up. Matter of fact, 38 Special, I knew him when he was 14 years old. And used to come by. He used to play beats for me in the car. I used to see him like, he used to rap like Nas at 14 and do beats. This before he really was in the streets or any
38
of that.
Special.
I'm talking about 38 Special.
Bar for
so
bar.
People call me King Malach, not because I'm just on some whatever, I think I'm the king. Man, I really been around everybody.
You seen a lot of eras, man.
You feel me?
Yeah.
For real. So from being in the studio with Biggie on the first album, and being one of the first almost bad boys, me and my group, we was almost signed up on Michael Jackson. No, we for real. We the real out of Carolina, man. Carolina don't know about us, man. For real, because it happened so long ago. But I'm still alive and here to tell the story.
Hey, man, you still here, and you putting out good music still, man. So we here at the end of the day, man. So fast forward to the point where you say, I'm about to do the Southern Soul thing, man.
Man, I was in New York, and what I was doing right before Southern Soul, I was making Hebrew albums. I'm like one of the pioneers of conscious Hebrew, biblical hip-hop, soul music, right? So when the pandemic happened, I was like, man, the Most High shifting things. So I made this White Linen series, right? And so I made 3 albums of that. And what happened was I kind of came to a ceiling because it's a new genre. And so financially, it wasn't really nowhere to go do shows. For real, right? So what I wanted to do, I was like, man, I'm sitting here thinking, trying to get my back off the wall. I'm a fighter. I gotta win. I gotta make it do what it do.
Certainly.
Southern Soul was the next outlet because I wasn't even intrigued by rap no more. I'm straight on rap because too much death, right? So I'm like Southern Soul. But I was in Southern Soul up north trying to be different, being in another location. And like I said, my boy hit me up. Like, bro, you need to bring that home. And since I brung it home, just start going.
Yeah, man.
Start going. So that's why I'm here.
Man. Since you
and matter of fact, let me show love. Super supreme love to Paul Davis, the legend, the plug. That's why I'm here today. Big salute to the OG.
Paul Davis.
Thank you, Mr. Paul Davis, for everything, man. Much love, for real.
Man, Paul Davis, OG, man. Always pushing South Carolina hip-hop to the forefront. And just a overall good brother, man. So far, since you got to the Southern Soul, man, what would you say is your biggest accomplishment so far, man?
Man, getting right on radio. Off the rip. I touched down within 4 hours on the radio.
Dang.
On the radio. Like, period.
Love.
But I'm going to tell you something now. The blessing is things are moving for me to a degree in an expedient fashion because of a lot of work I've done over the years and meeting people over the years. Right. So now all I did was pull up home and was like, this is what I'm doing, boom,
Yeah.
boom, boom. And there's certain people like him. Like, it's been forever. I knew
yeah.
DJ Effect how long ago, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
So it's like, I'm not just coming home brand new. I'm a vet with a freshman spirit.
Gotcha. I love it, man.
Definitely.
I love it, man. And at the end of the day, like I said, Southern Soul's taking off. It's a lot of artists out there that's, converting over from rap. King George is a prime example. Some people just starting out the blue. You got a track record of music. What would you say to anybody that's trying to get in this game, man, right now? Southern Soul.
Well, just in the game, period. Not even just Southern Soul, in the game, period. Understand, it's a million people who want your job. It's a million people striving to do this. You have to come through with, make sure your skill set together. Make sure your personality is together, your networking is together. Make sure that you're not lazy, that you're going to get out here and, first of all, push yourself first. Once people see you pushing yourself, they'll start joining in, they're adding. People will come to help and aid you in what you're doing. But most definitely, in business, because business is business, always understand that you might not necessarily be the most talented. But if you got a cool personality and people want to see you win, you can still get through.
That's a good message right there. Make them beat that up. So for the people that they might have never heard a record from you, man. Name the record that if they go to iTunes or Apple Music, Spotify, YouTube right now, and they press play, they're gonna be a fan forever. Name that one record.
Well, as far as my Southern Soul, I would say a song like "Blowing My Mind." And from my Hebrew side, it would be "Jerusalem," hands down.
Yeah, gotcha.
Hands down.
I make sure y'all check them out, man.
Yeah, but matter of fact, let's do this, man. Let's not play with these people. You know what I'm saying? We got to always show and prove. The single that's out right now called "Trying to Do Right." I'm gonna do "Trying to Do Right," and I'm gonna do "Blowing My Mind," just the hook. All right. So here we gonna do it like this.
Talk to him. Let's go.
Let's do it like this here.
Exclusive right now.
I used to be a player. Now I'm trying to do right. I got a good woman standing by my side. Yeah, these women want me. Woo! But I'm trying to do right. Yeah, I'm out the way since she came into my life. That's "Trying to Do Right." Y'all make sure y'all go check that out. And "Blowing My Mind" go like this here.
Talk to him.
You're blowing my mind, pretty lady. You make me feel good like a Friday. You open my heart to a newfound play. The place is called love. Y'all rock with me, man.
That sound good.
Thank you,
That sound good. Yeah.
King Malach in the building. Just bless us with an exclusive. Y'all make sure y'all go run them screams up everywhere you find music, man. We halfway through the year right now. The third quarter is rolling, my brother. What can we look forward from you for the rest of the year? You got any videos, any shows, any tours? What can the fans look forward to for the rest of 2023 from you?
It's a lot going on. I'm going to just tell you what's going on like right now.
Talk to him, man.
This weekend, I'm headlining the first annual Southern Soul Fest in Orangeburg, South Carolina at the OAC. I'm also performing at the South Carolina DJ Awards on August 20th. I'm also opening up in Rocky Mountain, North Carolina for Calvin Richardson and Sean Milley, etc. at the Rocky Mountain Event Center. I'm also headlining the Hallelujah Fest in Cincinnati, Ohio on September 2nd and 3rd. Also, I'm doing a show for Paul Davis in Lake City. I got to get the rest of the information, but it's September 30th. And that's what I'm doing, like right now.
Hey, man, you
Bro,
booked and busy, man.
Striving,
Booked and busy, my brother.
For real.
So what do you like doing the most, man? Creating the music, being in the studio, or performing the music?
It's cycles.
Yeah.
I have my cycles where I have to live life.
Yeah.
And then go in the studio and
spit
it out, right?
Yeah.
Then after I do all the get it out my soul,
yeah,
then I gotta run.
Yeah.
I gotta put posters. I gotta promote. I gotta talk to y'all. I gotta get to these people. I gotta run. I gotta be here. I gotta be there. I gotta go there. I gotta go here. I gotta see these people. I gotta talk to them folk. I gotta get here. I gotta get on the plane. I gotta get on the bus. I gotta get on the train.
Yeah, man.
I gotta get in the rental car. I gotta walk.
Hey, yeah, you better talk to these rappers, man. They gotta get some advice from you, man. You want it, man. I see you got your flyers here.
Yes, sir.
You got TikTok on here.
Yes, sir.
You know, TikTok is like everybody's trying to get through that TikTok algorithm for their music, for their small business. How important is TikTok and social media is to you, man, and just artist?
Well, social media.
Talk to them, man.
Like right now, I have an LLC called Malach Enterprises. Malach Enterprises LLC. Mm-hmm. Pardon me. Social media is my office. Social. I don't have a brick and mortar business. Mm-hmm. I have a digital business called on TikTok, YouTube, Spotify, everywhere. All those places where you go to hear music and to relate back and forth with people. I use all of that to sell merchandise, to talk to people, to promote shows, let them know what's the next thing going on, and just to share jewels. Because at the end of the day, people don't always just want to hear you got something to market. Oh, no. You know, my new CD, my new CD, my new show, my show. I'm here. Nah, you got to give them a jewel. So when I give them, I might talk about marriage. I might talk about, you know, how we need to do this in the home, or you know, brothers, what we need to do to love on our woman better. Ladies, what you need to do to keep a man. Boom, boom, all that kind of stuff. And when they latch on to that kind of stuff, because some of it people agree with, they don't. But what it is. I cause friction. I cause back and forth. How is life made? Conversation. Life is made from friction. Friction builds heat. So I do all that to keep a fire going.
Hey, man. You just gave a gem just now, man. Because I try to speak on the importance of social media to artists, small business owners, man. But some of them just don't get it, man. Guys like you understand the work you got to put in and showing up for the people. And speaking on what you just said, just having some dialogue right now. When you talk about other stuff besides what you're selling, we call that nurturing the people. Yeah, so it's very, very important, man. And for you to already, kind of be in tune with that, man, that's why you're having the success you're having. So we got to big you up, man. We wishing you much, much success, man.
Thank you.
The Southern Soul Project is out right now, trying to do right. You already know, man. Get that whatever you find.
I'm going to check that out ASAP.
This is a hip-hop-based platform. So before you go, I'm going to ask you a two-part question, actually, but we're going to do this first. We need your rappers' top 5 dead or alive, man, hip-hop.
My top rappers. Lyrical ability, Biggie Smalls my favorite of all time. Playing with some words, Biggie.
Yeah.
Able to battle, make a decent record, swag, Kane. I would say Kane. And you can't forget LL. Right?
LL.
You can't forget LL. In the
Two more.
You know what? I'm gonna be different. In the modern world, fast forwarding up as far as swag, style, influencing the culture, coming with a million different styles, especially earlier on, Future. Future.
I like that. I like that.
Future in the modern world.
I like that.
Because he's fathered a lot of children in the modern world. You know what I mean? All the all the little babies and everybody. Even on the West Coast, what's the young boy name?
Roddy Ricch.
Roddy Ricch. He pulled from Future. I hear it. You know what I'm saying? I mean, Young Thug, all of them.
Yeah.
So like to me, out of all of them, Future is the king.
Yeah. Oh yeah, definitely.
You know what I'm saying? So
Pluto, big shout out Pluto.
Yeah, big shout out to Pluto. Who else? I got one more, and it's so rough because we have so many gifted people.
Yeah.
Oh!
Talk to me.
Let me be different. I'm tired of hearing the same thing.
Yeah.
Lauryn Hill.
Ooh, that's my top 5 right
there.
Okay.
I gotta put Lauryn in there. Yeah, the goddess.
Yeah, the goddess.
The goddess.
Facts,
you know what I'm saying? brilliant messages.
Yeah, man.
Really, really can sing.
Yeah.
Really got bars.
Yeah.
Really got the content. And beautiful.
Oh, yeah.
Supreme level.
I wish he'd make some more music, man.
Yeah, man.
And Lauren's the truth, man. One of my favorite of all time, man.
Yeah, Lauren got it.
Now, let's get to the next. I had a 2-part for you. Being that you're doing Southern Soul, man, give me 5 Southern Soul artists, old to the new that, you say is the greatest of all time, or you listen to, influenced by.
What I'm gonna tell y'all, because it's a little unfair when it comes to me, because I typically don't necessarily like Southern Soul. Because I think a lot of the production is cheap sounding, and some of the songs talk about a lot of the same thing. That's in any genre. But I think King George has the most illest production. His songs are fire, back to back. I love Calvin Richardson. I love Pokey showmanship. He live showing his show. He live.
Yeah, Pokey get busy.
So King George is my new guy. Like, just to me, that's the level.
Yeah.
Like, if you're not striving to take it there or beyond, then you playing. And anything I do, I'm always striving to be one of the best, And so it's like right now, production-wise and all that, that's what it is for me. It's King George for me right now.
The bar right there. Scrata Hopkins.
Another guy I like?
Who that?
I like Young Guy.
Yeah, okay.
I like Young Guy. I like Young Guy too. Young Guy hard. He got good songs. He has his own approach to it.
Yeah.
And the production is nice.
Right.
He got good songs and all. And I can tell by listening to the songs that he's actually writing his songs. You know what I'm saying? So that's who I rock with right now.
All right. You heard we just talking right now. You heard Jay Morris Group?
I heard of Jay Morris.
I like them, man.
But the only thing is I just haven't dug all the way.
Listen to some of their stuff. They got some cheesy stuff too, cause I guess they gotta play the game, but they got some joints though.
Okay.
Sound good, real soulful joints. But we appreciate those lists, man. Solid. Hey, plug your social media real quick.
On IG is King Malachi 1. On IG is King Malachi 1.
Yeah.
YouTube, King Malachi.
Yeah.
Facebook, King Malachi fan page. Go to King Malachi. Everything is King Malachi. It's just that on my IG is King Malachi 1. Also, if you want to send the brother a tip for the hard work and the grind, go to Cash App, King Malachi 111. Let's go.
Let's go, man. Support the brother, man.
Yeah.
We're in the building right now. Big Motion Podcast, exclusive interview. I go by the name of Bezo803 on that social media. This is my coach right here.
Hey, Mikey the Hustle, man. Thank you for coming by, sir.
King Malachi.
Thank you.
Oh, yeah.
Love. Like, comment, subscribe, hit notification bell so you don't miss a drop. We drop every week. The most consistent, hardest working podcast in Carolina. Y'all know y'all not messing with us, man. We got kings in the building. We
Play
out.
that music.